And what's going on, guys? All right. So, what I want to share with you guys is an updated MACD or an optimized MACD. Many of you do use MACD in your trading, and it tends to be your guiding light, right? A lot of traders, when they get started, they use the MACD. And so, what I've done is made the MACD easier to use. More importantly, I'm going to explain to you how to properly use an MACD. Okay, so here we go, guys. We have the standard MACD. I'm going to give this to you, right? But then there's a little trick or a secret that's built into this indicator. I'll show you guys how to get this at the end of the video. So make sure you watch the whole video and watch me trade. Now, what we have here, we plot the point of where the cross happens. So you don't have to stare or zoom into the lines to be sure that the cross happens. We've also color coded the MACD line as it crosses the signal line. Again, it's the way we illustrate information that creates the calm for the traders. More importantly, what we found is that this MACD here can in fact be noisy and introduce you to chop. So what we've done is we have by default, this is our preset, the preset one. And what this does is, and you'll see it change here. What this does is it smooths out the MACD here. It smooths it out, right? So let's go ahead and change it from preset one to preset two, and you will see how it gets really noisy, right? And for traders who rely heavily on the MACD alongside the bias of the 200 or the VWAP or maybe even RSI, this will help you maintain conviction in your stratagem in whether you're going to hold bearish or hold bullish, okay? Now, the other tidbit about the MACD is that if the cross happens below the neutral line, which is our dash lines right here, if that cross happens, that is a weak bull play. You would want the MACD and signal line to be above this, right? That is a strong bull play. Alternatively, if we get a cross below this line, as you can see, it happened here at 9 a.m. And it happened at 9 a.m. And look what happened. You got paid, right? And so that is the proper way. Also, we could see we have the cross here, but it happened below the neutral. Let me zoom on in. We had a cross here, happened below the neutral line. And as you can see, it failed. Okay. And so we have a cross here. And we could see that there. We crossed and we crossed above the neutral line. And so therefore you see the levels and such. It just keeps us neutral, right? So we were stuck in the range. Using this with the bias of the 200 EMAs. So you want the MACD crossed. If you're bullish, you want the MACD and signal line to be above that dash neutral line, and you want to be above the 200 EMA. Go ahead and back test this. You also want the MACD and signal line below the dash lines or neutral, and you want to be below the 200 EMA. Give that a shot, right? Very, very clean representation of price action and momentum here, right? And we remove the noise and the false signals. And we're doing so with the Wilder equation. I'm not going to get too much into that. What I want to do is talk about my system here because we are waiting. We are waiting. Now, if you're wondering how I made my money, I made my money on the move down. This was an entry point for me. Just after the 945 candle close, we had a move down, made some money. Now we're going to try to make money on the move up. But here's the issue here. It's a 4 out of 6, and we don't have an entry here on my trade design, right? So it's 4 out of 6. So we're still weak. And more importantly, we're going against the trend. This here at trade 1348 is what we call the GG 500. And so we're going against it. And when you're going against momentum, the faster your money, you part ways. It's just the truth, right? This is why dollar cost averaging and averaging down is a risky proposition, or when you are attempting to time the bottom, it's a risky proposition because as you're trying to time the bottom, oh, that drawdown becomes massive. So we don't want to trade against the trend. And also what we see here is we have a countdown, right? Because it's all about candle close, baby. All about candle close. If you're entering trades without the candle close, guess what? You're going to get whipsawed, right? The closer is also a free indicator. I'm going to show you guys how to get that later. Again, I want you to watch me trade and I want you to see my system. Now, what I'm sharing with you is a premium indicator set, but it's changing lives. We have all walks of life here. We have Hollywood executives, we have professional athletes, we have Hall of Famers in our community trading, making money. All right, here we go. We're waiting for this to break. If it doesn't break, we don't have an entry. And we're waiting for the confluences right now. Even the bear set of confluences saying, hey, we're undecided, right? So if you're seeing 4 out of 6, it's caution. Okay. And if you see this flip the other way and it's 4 out of 6, again, caution. We like to see the fours, right? Supported by other confluences, maybe that MACD, right? To help dictate our direction. But more importantly, I'd rather wait 4 or 5. Just saying, right? I'm not about trying to jump into the trade immediately. That for me is fool's gold. We got a lot of traders, actually new beginner traders will say, well, it's a lagging indicator. Shut your fucking pie hole. Listen, you do not want the leading indicator to lead you into chop, to lead you into the fire, to lead you into a level, to lead you into a rejection. You're getting led. You're getting led. No, you're a trader. You don't want to be led into chaos. You want to control your future. And the only way you can do that is by having multiple confluences and getting a general take of what the market is doing. That is the only way. Now, when we talk about multiple confluences, we see we got the 4 out of 6. And what this is basically, it's a bunch of indicators that are telling you, hey, we agree with what the market's doing. The market's bearish, or we agree with what the market's doing. It's bullish, right? It's the equivalent of bringing your newfound love on over to a friend's get together, right? And then the next day you ask him, so what do you think? And he got like 3 out of the 6 saying, hey, I'm not too sure. Not too sure. So, of course, they're telling you, your buddies here in the world of trading, these guys are telling you not too sure. And of course, it doesn't look like certainty, right? But neither does a fucking serial killer. You guys seen that movie, show, episodes of You? Come on. We have to make sure we're not walking into serial killers. And we only do that by checking every component and element of the chart here, which is what we do at Trade 1348, and we do it successfully. Okay. Now, this MACD here, hey guys, this will be free. I'll show you what it is, where to get it after I actually make a trade. I want to make a trade. I want to show you guys a trade live. All right. So we got the 5 out of 6 here. I'm going to change my allocation. I'm going to make it small here. It would have filled because it's the origin of the trade design and it's just 5 out of 6. So I'm not going to go ahead and say, oh yeah, I'm risking the farm here. No, 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 no. We don't do that. We got 5 out of 6 here. That's where we feed into our thesis here, guys. It's we're putting our toes in the water, right? Making sure it's not too cold. And so that's all we're doing right here. Making sure it is not too cold. We're just dabbing. We're dabbing right here. Now, upon my entry, I also have a suggested stop right here, right? So let me just go ahead and set my stop. Don't set a stop too tight, right? Well, actually, it's the wrong one. We want a buy stop. Okay, so we don't set our stop too tight, and because if we set it too tight, then we get stopped out. Okay, so we got to use the Goldilocks approach. And what's the Goldilocks approach in setting the stop? It's usually volatility, how much the instrument is moving. You can't go ahead and say, well, yeah, I'm going to be frugal and set my stop 5 points. If the candle is showing you a 20-point range, you're going to get stopped out every single time. Sure, you're going to get lucky at some points. But if the candles are moving at such a range, let me measure this, right? That's a 23-point range that the previous candle just moved. So therefore, if you set your stop too tight at 10 points, you're going to get stopped out. We need to give the trade room to develop. Again, prove to us that it's not a fucking serial killer. And so that's all we're doing here. We're giving it time to develop. Now, if you guys feel like, hey, that's a little rich for me, $750, that kind of thing, scale it down. Scale it down. I'm only risking what I can afford to lose. More importantly, I'm not even fully allocated to this trade. I just stuck my toes in the water. Okay. And so we have 6 out of 6 here. And you see how we have an entry point here on that trade design? So what's going to happen here is what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and say, all right, should we come down, right? We get a continuation on down, pick me up 5 more and take me down with you. That's it. Now, am I comfortable with where my stop is? Yes, because we have a level protecting me and we also have GT 500 trending on down. Okay, so I'm comfortable where my stop is. Once again, it comes on down, confirms bearish momentum, picks up 5 more. I modify my stop here and bring it right down. I am approaching this trade strategically, not emotionally. It's very, very important. It's very, very important that you do not trade emotionally. It's gonna wreck you. Okay. And also, don't ask your friends for their fucking opinions about the market. Like, how many of your friends are actually professional traders and actually have a strong hold of their emotions and it really know what the fuck they're doing? Like, no, it's just seriously trust the charts. Okay. So here we go. We have that going. An ideal setup, maybe, right? Trending on down. We're cool with it, right? And it's gonna make us green and get us profitable. Awesome. Let's go ahead and look at ES here. So what is ES doing? So again, ES, we have the signal down on the MACD. We have a 5 out of 6 here on ES. Well, what's going to happen here? Well, we need a trade design. It's telling you that's all you need right now, baby, is a trade design. We get the trade design down, we going down. But you can see your stop loss and take profit, right? It tells you what your take profit should be, what your stop loss is going to be, 6.75 points. That's going to be here. Should you enter right here, 6.75 points is here. Your take profit is going to be 10.25, right? This is basically a 1.5 to 1. No. So we'll go ahead and say, well, 1.5 to 1. What is that? Yeah, that's a trading career, I tell you. That's what that is, right? In fact, we go ahead and we look at the new journal that is now live and launched over at Gate Trades here. And we could see that this is my performance. I'm a 1.72 and 168%, but I've made $69,000 since the beginning of September, right here. No losing days. And so I'm looking to add more to that. Guys, Trading Journal, Day Trades, awesome stuff. Okay. It's free for day trades for now. We're going to open it up to the public. So make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. Subscribe so you can get the notification when this journal is open to the public absolutely free. You don't have to pay for TradeZella anymore. Like, honest, this will be free. Okay. So let's get back to my trade. Woo. I could see that we're slightly red. And I'm okay with that. Let's see if we could really make this a green day. So, we got a candle close indication right here is yellow, right? Everything is synced. It's moving on down. We'll wait for a trade design with, ES, right? If anything, the setup checklist is going to force you to be a super patient trader, absolutely super patient trader. Okay. So we're going to wait for this to happen. Really not stressing out. Really, really not stressing out, guys. There we go. Trade design. We need a candle close or trade design down. Everything should work out. Everything should work out. Let's see if we make some money. We got to make some money. Come on, guys. Let's make some more money. Not that I'm not okay with having made 2K so far, but I really want to showcase the system and how you can trust our setup here, of course, in alignment with a much smoother MACD. Nothing crazy, nothing erratic. We're trusting it. Okay. And what we want to see is this number right here, this countdown. We want to see this baby close. We want to see it close. And we're chilling. We're chilling here. Ah, nice. Again, we got conviction in the trade. Made $1,000 so far. Not bad. Not bad. Are we gonna fill me? And oh man, so it'd be awesome. You know what? This is telling me I have to bring. I should have had this closer to the entry right there, right? You should have. Let me see if I can do that. Let's see if we can. All right, let's see. We got the fill. Let's get a fill here. Come on, baby. We got a fill. Let's do it. So where's my stop going to be? My stop's going to be right here now. I'm trailing it. We're trailing it. That's all we're doing. Stop filled. All right, now we got the fill for 10. And let me modify this to 10. And what are my goals here? Well, I guess my goal would be a 1.5 to 1. But we would have to consider the 0.77, right? That's a level right there. So what I'm going to do is set a buy limit right here. And should it come on down, this buy limit, then that's the end of the trade for me. Now, price action is freaking crappy right now. It's just absolutely crappy right now, but it's working in my favor. Cool. It's working in my favor. What I would like to see is a push further down on this candle close. That's what we want to see. Guys, trading is boring, but hardly any emotions in what I'm doing here because it's telling me everything I need to know. Telling me everything I need to know. There's nothing here that's telling me, hey, Dave, you're in trouble. Nothing. Okay. And that, for me, is the best way to trade. Still up on the day, looking to add another green day to the books. Yeah, be nice. September 9th to be up 70K or over 70K on the month. That'd be nice. So 69. Even though I like 69, it's like 69K, but I like the number 69. Just saying. Who doesn't? Hit the like button, don't leave me hanging. All right. We're waiting for this candle close. Let's go. Here we go. Come on. We got 6 out of 6 confluences there. And we got the MACD agreeing. We got a trade design down. Candle close. Where do we go? We go down. We go down. Now we're green. We go down. Right now, I wanna be sure. I want to be sure that I'm not in love with this trade, right? I want to be sure and make sure that we got some structure here. This is actually a level. You see here, structure, structure, structure. There's structure here. There's structure here at this point. So yeah, it says we have structure there. We have to be very mindful of this, right? There's a reason why I'm struggling here. I'm here to see my trade through, but I I have to also make sure I'm not oblivious to the structure. There we go. We got 4 minutes to go on this candle. Ideally, we would like to see it close. We're up $1,000 here. Nice. And we're targeting this down here, but hey, okay, if I go up away today with 5K, I'm more than happy. More than happy. Right? 5K, if we got a $500,000 port, 5K, that's 1%. Um, let's see. Let's see. It's all in this, guys. Oh my God. What a masterclass on this indicator here. All right. We waited patiently for this to develop, right? We waited patiently for it to develop. And it's peaked me. We're at approaching 5K. Yeah, we're over 5K. It looks like it wants to come down to, yeah, where, damn it, there you go. There you go. Come on, baby. We had a nice aggressive candle, still 2.5 minutes left. Are we going to coming down to my take profit? Are we coming down? And we're up nearly 7K. This is more than what I had planned for the day, right? 7K, we're coming down. Order filled. Filled. Nice. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of this video. We're done. Now, to show you how to get the MACD indicator. Okay. All right, guys. The link. What I want you guys to do is, I'm going to include the link down in the description here, but this is where you will only get the link. Oh, how about this? How about this? We'll get the link down in the description. I'm going to get 100 likes or 100 subs. Yeah, right here. No, this would be the TradingView script. It is called Smooth MACD Trade1348.com. And you would simply click Use on Chart once you visit the URL. Okay. And then you got a smoother MACD. For those over at Trade 1348, I will go ahead and drop the link in the announcements. I'm done. Peace.